Christianity is very hard. Irrespective of what you may have seen or what you may have heard, Christianity is very, very hard. And in all honesty, I could end this video right here and just call it a wrap, but I can't. I won't. That's not the whole point of me making this video right here. If anything, the whole point of this video is to enlighten you and to give you understanding or a language of what may be the worst season of your life. Or maybe you're not having it that rough, but you are wondering, why does there seem to be so much suffering in the life of a believer? And why does there seem to be so much pain with no end in sight? Or maybe your line of thinking is not that deep. Maybe it is. Maybe you just want to understand why the Christian believer is not exempt from certain struggles in life, like conflict in the family. And when it comes to conflict in the family, we're talking about anything from conflict in a marriage, or conflict between siblings, or conflict between parents and their kids, or kids and their parents, and so forth. But let's say you're good when it comes to conflict, even if it is conflict with people outside of your own family. And BTW, why would conflict from a believer's POV prove to be difficult? Well, the Bible tells us in Romans 12 verse 18, do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. To live in peace with everyone. And Ephesians 4 verse 26 says, in your anger, do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. Anger and a lack of peace. Two very big issues that you will experience in just about any relationship. And if you call yourself a believer, there is a clear set of instructions when it comes to conflict management, which opens the door to something huge that the believer is required to do. Forgive. Now, until you've absolutely been violated to your core, or you have experienced pain, immense pain at the hands of others, this might seem like something that's easy to do. But the reality of God's word is that we are expected to forgive. Not to let bygones be bygones, not to act like certain pain or injustices wasn't inflicted on you, not to forget, but to forgive, and to emphasize the magnitude of the subject right here. Take a look at these scriptures right here. Forgiveness is a big deal to God, and just about all human beings struggle with this, not just believers. Now, with that being said, no one has the right to demand or expect forgiveness. Forgiving others is God's way of setting us free from something He does not want us to carry. Forgiving others is an outward expression of what God has freely given us and continues to give us. And until you feel like an absolute dog after having wronged others, you will not understand the power of God who forgives us every single time, over and over and over again. Let's touch some more on issues that make it hard for one to be a Christian. Christians are not exempt from poverty. You can be a believer and still find yourself in a situation whereby you are homeless, alone, hungry, and unemployed. Christians are not exempt from sicknesses or diseases and or accidents that can lead to death. Christians are not exempt from wars that ruin many nations, displacing many people from their homes and their countries. Christians are not exempt from economic instabilities. Again, job loss, that's a real thing. Needing to close down a business that perhaps took a huge financial hit. Coming from a household where both mom and dad have an income, and all of a sudden, overnight, mom and dad both losing their jobs. Or what about the new kind of war? Powerful countries placing sanctions on countries that are not as powerful. Maybe that's not a new one. Yeah, maybe that one is not new. You see, Christians are not exempt from any of these things, but let me take it even further. Christians are misjudged, misrepresented, and are labeled as the bad guy far too often. All because we go against the flow of the world's systems and ideas. So yeah, we experience a unique set of challenges simply because we believe in Jesus Christ. John 16 verse 33 says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I can let this video go on and on, listing even more reasons why being a Christian is so hard. But my whole POA is to get you thinking differently as a child of God. Get rid of that soft, cushy idea that being a Christian means having a life that is free of problems. Like everyone else in the world, we face problems, but we are commanded to shoulder them differently. In this life, we will face all manner of things. And as believers, we will be misjudged, hated, discarded, and persecuted. Just like Jesus was.